Well, thank you for tuning in. Today marks a very special day. It is the 50th episode of the Clash of Clans Attack series. So I thought I would take a few minutes and go over some current events in the game, where I think the game is headed or should head, and where this channel is headed. First up, the highly debated and highly discussed topic of ghosting or airplane mode attacking in Clan Wars. Although the majority of you seem to agree that it is cheating, a lot of people also feel that if Supercell doesn't do anything to stop it, that there's nothing wrong with doing it, which is kind of along the lines of the cheap shield that a lot of extremely high-level players are using. Now, the major difference, of course, being the fact that Supercell did come out and say they were going to rectify the situation and eliminate that issue, but we have yet to see a change. It may be more complicated than we think. The most commonly proposed solution to this is simply to make a person 100% committed to that attack once they've clicked attack during Clan Wars. There is no sort of disconnection protection. The attack will go on right then, no matter what. And I would have to agree with you guys on that one. I think that's probably the best solution at this point. Regarding cheap shield, or the act of high-level players leaving their clan so that they can be attacked by their own clan members, and then have those clan members that are attacking them intentionally stop at 40% so that they receive a shield for 12 hours. I think that if Supercell wanted to do away with this, they would have a long time ago. They don't see it as a major issue. Maybe it's just not worth their time and programming effort, and so I don't see that changing. Personally, I think they should just remove the shield at 40% for all players above 3,200 trophies. That way you would only receive a 12-hour shield at that level if you were attacked and lost a star, either 50% damage or the town hall goes down. Now, another possible solution would be to remove the player's motivation for seeking that cheap shield, and that would be if Supercell were to change the high-level matchup system, somehow change the risk-reward so that people aren't losing 20 or 30 or more trophies on high-level defense. Maybe just making it so that the offers are smaller for both winning and losing. That way maybe players would be more likely to attack more frequently if you were being given an offer of 3 to 6 trophies for a win and only -6 to 9 for a loss, as opposed to 38. But let's move on to something a little more interesting. I just wanted to add, though, that I never have and never will use or even attempt to use cheap shield. Now, as far as where Clash of Clans is headed in the future, this game that has almost 30 million daily users, we can always count on Supercell to put a lot of effort into keeping the game fresh and updated. And each update that they've released has been more interesting than the last, very well thought out, and very responsive to their players' desires and concerns. And obviously in future updates we will see more defensive upgrades, we'll see more troops, maybe some new dark troops added. Now, I know there was a huge backlash when Supercell went to level 11 walls. A lot of people were very upset at the expense, the cost in gold of those walls, and how long it was going to take people to get them. So I don't see a level 12 wall coming, but I do have what I think is a good idea. Let me know what you guys think in the comments as an answer to upgraded walls. And what that would be the addition of a battlement or crenellation. So let's pause this attack in the background for a minute and take a look at this. It would be an addition to existing walls, maybe say above level 8 or level 9 walls, and they would cost a fraction of what an actual wall upgrade costs, and they would have a fraction of the hit points. The difference being that this battlement would prevent anything from traveling over the wall, which would include, say, dragons, balloons, minions, archers' arrows, the queen's arrows, wizards' bolts. Anything that normally goes over a wall would not make it over that wall while the battlement is still in one piece. And once it was destroyed, then things could go over it, and then the wall itself could be destroyed after that. Additionally, I would limit the number of battlements that can be created to, say, 50 or 25 or 75. Not every single wall could have a battlement added to it, just a portion of the walls. So you have to focus on which structures you want to protect with your battlements. And I think it would add a little more strategy to both offense and defense, and a new dimension to the idea of walls. Just a thought.
That's the only good idea you've ever had, Galadon.
How about that? Peter and I are in agreement for a change. But whether or not something like this is added in the near future, I think that we can look for some exciting updates from Supercell. They never disappoint. All of their updates are always very well thought out and provide some excellent surprises for players of all levels. And speaking of all levels, let's talk a little bit about where Clash of Clans attacks is headed in the future. I would definitely like to expand the channel to include some more, say, lower level attacks, maybe some mid-level attacks. I've recently visited Lost Phoenix 5 Titan, and I've got some great replays from them that I'll be sharing in an upcoming episode. And of course, we'll be continuing Peter $17 series on how to win Clash of Clans. Some other ideas for future episodes include how to become a champion, how to create a successful clan, and how to win at clan wars. Although on that note, Lost Phoenix is definitely up against it right now. We will be starting our clan war with Quantum's Web in just a few hours, and that is going to be perhaps our toughest matchup yet. Although we did face Mega, we didn't fare that well against them either. So this should be a challenge. We are going to give it our best, and I'll be back to let you know the results. And like I try to mention in each video, I'm always open to questions, comments, concerns, suggestions for future episodes. Yes, we'll be having some more giveaways in the near future for iTunes gift cards, so stay tuned for future episodes. And as always, thank you very much for watching. I appreciate all of the comments and the subscriptions. You guys are the ones that keep me making more and more episodes of Clash of Clans attacks. So until next time, this has been your host, Galadon. Please do check out our clans of Lost Phoenix, and I'll see you soon.